Wonderful day to you, Killian here. And I'm in the beautiful mountains and forests of Tenerife right now, doing a little hike. And I had a topic on my mind that I really felt like I wanted to share today because I had some big realizations this past week. And I think some great things are going to happen. And one of these realizations was connected with my past in League of Legends. And I thought a little bit about it, and I started to really understand now why I became successful through League of Legends on YouTube 10 years ago, and also why I quit League of Legends and why I quit YouTube, and also what kind of small mistakes I maybe made when I did that, or what I couldn't see back then, what I can see now. And everything happens for a reason, and life always leads you to where you need to go. But sometimes, if you can see it a bit earlier, you can save yourself a little bit of struggle and suffering. And I had to go through a little bit more struggles and challenges to come to this point where now I can see it. Basically, what I realized is that all my childhood, I was very obsessed with video games in a sense that at some point, because I was probably as a child not feeling like I was getting enough attention, that I was trying to get attention through becoming really good at things. And I had naturally like a talent to learn things pretty quickly. So I started becoming pretty good at a lot of things. So that gave me the feeling that I could become really good here, and I could be the best. And I saw other people being really good and being the best. And I thought, wow, they're getting a lot of praise and recognition, and they're getting attention. So as a child, my brain started connecting, okay, if I win stuff, I will get attention. People will care about me. So I started getting really attached to becoming the best at things, and those things were video games. And I completely started missing what life had really in store for me, like what I was really here for, what my natural role in life really is. And life even started to show me in video games with League of Legends. Because at some point, after a lot of failures, a lot of struggle, not reaching my goals, not becoming professional in Counter-Strike, in League of Legends, not making it into a pro team, feeling like being really close and being good enough, but somehow never getting the chance and never making it, I dropped it a little bit. I detached from it a little, and suddenly I simply tried out teaching others. And as soon as I did that, and I tried out teaching others, immediately there was success. There was attention. Different kind of attention maybe. But immediately I had success with a video, with one of my first ones, with the 40-0 Akali that a lot of you remember. And it gave me a small audience. You guys, some of you guys who are still here from all the way back. And people wanted to learn from me. And suddenly I had students, in a sense. And suddenly I was in the teaching space. And my main profession in that sense then on YouTube became teaching. That's what people wanted the most. I'll show them how they can improve, how they get better, how they can outplay other people. And people started climbing in ranks. And people started having success through my teachings. And that was really amazing. But I completely missed that point that now I was in my natural designed role that flows for me and that's aligned with me as a teacher, as helping people improve, not improving myself endlessly and to the best and absolute top of the world, because that was just putting so much pressure on me. It wasn't what I was here for, because my gift lays in analyzing things, understanding things quickly, and being able to transport it to others and show others. And I kind of disregarded that my life started to really flow when I stepped into this teaching role. And things started to just work, and money started to come in. And I attributed a lot of that time, like the happiness and the fulfillment and alignment. And I was feeling really good during that time where I went to Thailand at some point. And afterwards, when I was at some points not feeling as good, I started to question like, I was feeling so good back then. And I attributed way too much to it, and a lot of it, to my diet. Because around that time I also made a lot of diet changes. It went like hand in hand. And obviously the diet was amazing and was making me feel really good also. But I was doing something that was more aligned with my purpose, more naturally what I am designed for, what my system feels natural in. And that played a big role in overall well-being. And the diet was also more easy because I was doing something and filling my day and spending my day with something that was more aligned with me. Afterwards, when I was doing some things that I wasn't as aligned with, my diet started to struggle a little bit again. I started to crave other foods because I was not satisfied with how I spent my time in the day because I was doing things that weren't aligned. So why did I stop teaching League of Legends? Well, because at some point I outgrew that game and that genre, that industry. At some point it wasn't very meaningful. At some point I needed more meaning in what I was teaching, and League of Legends wasn't fulfilling that. At some point also I wasn't as interested in League of Legends anymore, so I wasn't even as good, and I wasn't keeping like up to date in League of Legends. These games are something that changes so much all the time. You need to be really invested and up to date to really know your stuff. And at some point I started actually feeling like I can't even teach that much anymore. Sure, always a little bit with your experience, but I'm not like so deep into the material that I would still be a good teacher. And also I didn't want to be a good teacher because, well, I evolved and the game wasn't like that interesting to me anymore. And I felt like there's more important things that people needed to learn instead of becoming better at League of Legends. But I'm really happy about everyone who texted me at some point saying, I got better ranks because of watching your videos. Always gave me a smile. And I was always very happy if I could help people achieve a goal. And I think this is one of the core things. I really enjoy helping people getting closer or getting towards a goal that they have. And I made a big mistake then that I quit League of Legends in my YouTube. That was not the mistake itself, but I quit teaching. I completely quit teaching, and suddenly I fell a little bit into a hole, in a sense, and I was a little bit lost because I knew I needed to let go of the gaming aspect and stop teaching League of Legends. But I couldn't see back then that I shouldn't have stopped teaching generally. And I should have maybe looked out, like if I realized already that this was what I was naturally here for, and I could have just went into other topics. But on other topics, for some reason, I told myself maybe I wasn't ready enough or something. I didn't have enough. Like in League of Legends, you know, I was top 100 at some point in Europe, and it gave me confidence to be able to teach. And it was difficult in genres like health to have that same confidence because you didn't have any scale of ranking systems or something. You cannot be the best in health. Well, and yeah, I was young and couldn't see that. And afterwards, when I stopped teaching, well, money was flowing. Money was flowing when I was teaching, effortlessly. I was actually surprised at that time when I was teaching League of Legends, like how easily money came in, how easy it was suddenly to save up money. And when I quit, I had saved up some money, and obviously after some point I wasn't doing anything, wasn't working anything, wasn't teaching anything, just spending time with myself, making experiences was good too. But at some point money was running out, and when money ran out, of course I started thinking, okay, how to make money. I quit my YouTube. I'm not teaching League of Legends anymore. I also don't want to return to teaching League of Legends. But I always wanted to return. And I've said it so many times on YouTube that I want to return. But I never knew with what even. And that is so interesting because that feeling of I want to work with people, I want to return, it was always as a teacher, teaching something, or inspiring people, showing something, sharing something. But it took me so long, so many years, to really figure that out. That I always wanted to like just start teaching again, start sharing again, and help people. That's almost mind-blowing to me, sitting here now and having these big realizations in this past week that after my time on YouTube and in Thailand, I started chasing success again like I did before with trying to become the best in video games. And suddenly I tried to chase success in like businesses, trying to perform as a marketer, doing marketing for people. And also at some point I was working in like customer support, and it was a setting of I had to perform. I had to do this and that many emails in a day. I don't know what, there was some scales. You were tracked by performance, and it kills my energy. I'd grown and I could accept it for a while, but I knew I couldn't do it forever because it was so not aligned with myself. And then I even opened a restaurant, a cafe last year. And even within there, I was doing the wrong things. I was in the kitchen in the last 6 months, I don't know. And working really almost my ass off, you could say, with something that's not really me. Just trying to build success and thinking if I keep on doing it, all these things, marketing, all of these things I did in a sense of like subconsciously thinking if I keep on doing it, at some point I will be successful, and then I will do uh, things that are nicer and more relaxed, and I don't know what. Like, really stupid, but I think a lot of people go through that. Subconsciously believing if I work my ass off in something that's not aligned with me, and I just make money, money, money or something, then at some point I have enough money to do what I really want to do. But you're not making the money. The money is not coming when you're constantly wasting your energy and draining your energy and killing yourself doing something that's totally not aligned with you. At least for me. Some people might have some other reasons why they're able to make money and then they're burnt out or I don't know what. But for me, money never came when I was doing something that I wasn't meant to do. And money flowed when I did, the only time when I did something that was more aligned with me and that where I was in my natural role and sharing my gift and what I can do good naturally, and that gives me energy and not completely drains my energy. So this is an incredible thing. I'm just sharing this because, well, that's what I want to do. I want to share and inspire again, and that's what makes me feel good. And now I realize when I used to do that, some people might relate, and some people might listen to that and understand something too, and might get inspired, and might see themselves in similar situations and understand, oh my God, this is me. And I can change too. And that's why I'm sharing again. And eventually, maybe I'm also teaching something. But wonderful time. I hope you like this little story adventure. And I will see you soon, maybe, with more sharings. I'm going on a trip to Thailand again very soon with my son. He's 7 years old now. And we're going on a daddy and son trip, father and son trip, exploring fruits in Thailand. If you want to see that, post me a comment down below. And I think we will share some cool stuff from Thailand. He's going to explore the taste of durians and all kinds of tropical fruits for the second time, but the first time he was a baby. So for the first time, like consciously, he will get to try all of these things, and I'm super excited for that. So probably I want to share some of these things because I want to take you with me again. I want to inspire and do what I'm here for. So much love to you guys. As always,